Hello again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jelly's Classic Restorations. I'm going to start today with a very big thank you. I don't know if I mentioned last week, but I was just a smidgen off of 2,000 subscribers. Well, a couple of days ago we hit the 2,000, so I really wanted to thank everybody who does subscribe and who watches the videos anyway. And you know, and your support since I had the fire nearly 2 years ago, and it's crept up and we finally got to 2,000, so we're very grateful, aren't we? Yeah. Anyway, back to the NSU quickly today. I was just going to do the saddle myself. I had to sand that down. It was awful, the frame of the saddle, and I eventually I powder coated it all. It's come up not bad at all. So I did do that a couple of days ago, and I thought, well, I will film not the painting of it, but I'll show you the saddle going on and everything. But that was done a couple of days ago, so you'll see that first. And then we're going to go back to today to do the NSU quickly. I don't know if you have a look at the picture up there of what the exhaust pipe used to look like on it, and I think that's possibly beyond repair. So anyway, lucky enough, a few months ago, finally been able to get these out. They're on top of the freezer in there. So I've got a brand new exhaust pipe and downpipe. So we get that on. That's certainly going to help, isn't it? So nothing can go wrong, of course, but we'll try and get this on. See these other little bits I can show you that I've done, and so come and have a look. We'll try and get this on. Right, okay, so you just joined us on Jenny and myself on Sunday, the bank holiday weekend. I haven't sort of done any filming actually on the NSU quickly. I'm going to wait till sometime in the week and we get some other bits on, but I thought, well, I'll make a start on the saddle this weekend. So yesterday I spent all day sanding the saddle down. It's a right old mess with the frame anyway. Very pitted again, but solid as the rest of it. But I sanded down a hell of a lot with the flat wheel and everything, the bits that will be seen, and it's actually come out very smooth. So it's quite nice. This part's come out nicely. Powder coated the springs as well for it. A little bit that holds the springs on, and then the clamp that holds it onto the stem. One bit I didn't powder coat was these odd little bits. I sanded them down and I was coating them in ACF 50 anti-rust corrosion. All the springs have been sanded down, and they've also been coated in ACF 50 a long time ago. And I was also a spring missing, but thanks to Andy from NSU Quickly Spares, he gave me a spare one when I visited him. I was just going to get on with this, but I thought I might as well show you the new saddle cover. Let's get these out of the way. I'm going to lose them now. So the new saddle is a NSU Quickly saddle. He did give me some instructions, which was very good of him, but unfortunately I lost them somewhere. But he is away this weekend, so I can't really ask him to. I know he's gone to France or Italy, I think, something like that. So basically I've got to get the rivets here that come with it. You've got obviously these tabs that will go pull down over the back once it's done. There's still a couple of old rivets each side here, which will be easy enough. Basically just take them out, line the holes up, make a little marker and drill through there. That's going to be straightforward enough. But then you've got these slightly longer rivets here, which the only way I can assume is that I have to drill through there, through the metal, and they're like split rivets. But I'm not quite sure what comes, chicken or the egg. Do I put these bits back first and hope I can get to the bits to bend them over? I'm not sure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just take these old rivets out, and then we can mark up those holes there, and just drill into the rubber, and so we know they're lined up. And then I have to try and think about this. One downside is if I use the drill, Jenny will go running off because she hates the drill. Anything else, grinders, sparks everywhere, no problem at all. Just the normal drill, doesn't like it. So we'll get on for a moment without drilling. So what I'm going to do, I think to start with, is just to take these rivets out, the two leftover ones, mark those so we know we can. I'll probably make a hole in there straight away perhaps. Make sure that they line up, and then we need to sort this out. But as I say, I think I may have to possibly get it back together again to before we can do that. So let's make a start. Right, first bit that goes on here is this little thing that goes over there, which is a kind of an adjuster for the spring. So that goes on there. Don't know why you want to adjust the springs, just leave it as it is. But and then that little plate goes on there, and I think this is what actually holds the spring on. So we get, so that goes on there. The spring is a double spring, so they're all powder coated, they come up nice, they were a stake as well. And then that goes, I think, into there. Right, so let me think now. So that will go into there. Like that. And we can get the bolt through there. So these pretty manky. I'd like to have got new bolts, but it doesn't really justify the cost on this. It's and I did clean them up, but and that can go through there. We hope. Bear with me. That was absolutely rubbish, that bolt. I've actually, I hope this is going to be okay. I've cut off a bit of threaded metal. I hope this is not too thick here, but it's certainly better. It's new threaded thread and some new bolts. So doesn't have to be over tight, does it? Take that one. There we are. So that's it. That's the springs in place now. So right, let's carry on. Right, I think before I try and line up these holes for the cover, I think I better put the springs in case it does mess up how it fits. So I got 10 springs. One Andy kindly gave me, that's NSU quickly spares. I've got 2 very shorts, 2 longer, another 3 longer, another 3 longer than that. So I'm going to assume, I don't know, is that the smaller ones go on the outside. So we'll just see if I'm right. There's a smaller one, so that's that one. Then probably the next longer one. Okay, that comes in. Should do. Bear with me, I'm going to put all these in for you and then I'll come back to you. It's going to be very boring. Did mess it up a little bit. 2 springs go into that one, so I was ended up with too many, but basically those 2 go into that one and the others just carry on as normal, so that looks alright. So I'm just going to put some gloves on now. Doesn't really matter, it's going to get dirty anyway, just covering it, but bear with me 1 second, let's get these on. Right, now so that goes in there. As we know, they will fold around there, and so now we just need to make the holes at the back here. So I think what I'm going to try and do is just mark that there. Okay, and hopefully this will go down the other side. Let's mark that. Okay, not quite. There we are. Right, okay, so I'm going to just drill those little bits out of here for now. Now let's hope this is all lined up this end. Okay, let's see. Hopefully. Okay. Okay, that one's through. And hopefully this will go through. Almost. It's almost there. Bear with me, let me just get that in. If you remember in the last episode, trying to get the number plate on, and I said I was going to wait for a pressed aluminium one. That's now on, it's all tight. I had a little bit of trouble when I drilled the holes, it's messed that up a little bit. But I think it's certainly a lot better than that one with the stick-on numbers. The saddle, well, which you just seen, that's just on loosely at the moment, out the way. So I'll keep that on there just to keep it clean. What else have we done? Let's go up here a little bit. Got the speedo cable in position now up there. That will go into there. Just had a quick look at the brake cable, which we come around here. That needs to go into there with a little barrel clamp in there, and that goes in there. But you have a look where far as that goes. As far as there, that's not going to reach any handlebar, is it? So that's obviously too short. So we'll come. I'll try and get another one of those in the meantime. I have cleaned up the throttle grips and everything best I can, so I can probably get on and do that shortly. And then we come around here. I've done the other one. I've got new grips coming, so you can see on there I've polished up the 1, 2, 3, 0 for neutral on there, but the grips probably not best to go on here to start with, because you have to line this up and you need to get the grip on first. So that's another thing. Carburetor is now got the little washer in there now, the rubber washer. That's all cleaned and polished as best as possible, so we can probably put that on. What else have I done? Got the new, well, it's not on tight, but that's the spark plug cap, and the new spark plug is in there out the way at the moment. And also over there, you probably can't see it, I cleared it up, but I thought, oh no, I filled up the gearbox oil in here, and the next day I looked, pulled of oil under here. I thought, don't tell me that's leaking. Well, wouldn't surprise me. But what it was, I put this cap on here, the air filter is in there, which is soaked in oil. So I put that in there, and what happened was it just slowly dripped out down there, so it was that in there. So let's carry on. Let's try and see if we get the exhaust pipe on. That will look okay, I hope, in the end. Right, okay, so the bike's now jacked up in the air. I don't know why. I start working on it, I keep forgetting to jack it up, but I've done it now. So this is the old nut. I cleaned it up to go into the exhaust manifold there. These are about £22, so I cleaned it up. Thread's all good, so I'm hoping for the best on that. And also we've got to put a washer in there as well, that one. that's got to go in there first. So let's see how this one goes. That one in the right place, of course. So we can put the washer in there. Hopefully that will go in there. And that will screw in there. There we go. That should be all right, I think. If the worst comes to the worst, I'll have to get another one. But I think that's as good as anything. So we just keep that a little bit loose for a minute, and that can come around here. So if we go up this end, I've already put this clamp in here. It's a bit fiddly to get to the other side, so I've already sort of tightened it up, but it's still a little bit loose. So now hopefully we can get this slipped into here. That way. Bit up there a bit. And we've got this to go in for the join. So I assume goes on that one. And just try and get this into position somewhere. There we are. Into there. A bit more this way if we can. I'll bring this up a bit. There we are. Right. Okay, that's it. That's on. Right. That one over there in a minute. And then we've got a clamp to go in there. So yeah, so that's let me get all this clamped up and see what it looks like. Well, there we go. That's all tied up now and had a bit of a wipe down with my greasy mitts all over it, but that's certainly an improvement from when I got it, isn't it? That's all tightened up now. The head bolt, it's all on very solid now, so hopefully that will be okay. Right, well, we might as well get the carburettor on now when that's done. I think that's the right way round. It's the first gasket on the inlet. Yeah, then we have this Bakelite thing that goes, spacer, goes on there. Then one more gasket on there. Okay. And then finally carburettor on there. I've left the old cable on there for now. I think what I've got that comes with the other cable is has got all that fitted, but I just leave it on there for now. But it's all cleaned inside. It's been ultrasonically cleaned, and new washers, fibre washers and that. Okay, that's one on, and get the other one on. I'll get that on and then we tighten that one up. Right, that's the carburettor on. I did buy a new little hose thing. It's supposed to be this fawny colour anyway, but that's supposed to be the one. But when you look at it, that won't fit on properly. So I'll put that on. I'll clean it up. It looks okay. That's from the air filter inside the frame onto there. But I will have to take this off shortly. It's just to keep the dust out for now, because I've got to get the gearbox cable through here. So that's fiddly enough as it is without that being in the way. So just had a look. The fuel pipe I've got is a little too short. I have got a filter to go in there. It might be enough. If not, I can get some. I'll get some more pipe for that. Also, last week I put on the fuel tap. That's gone in okay. So I just need to get a filter in there. But yeah. So what do we do next? Right, I think this would be the last thing we'll do for today. I've got this back on now. This was I've done this a few days ago. That's banged on there. This thing for holding the gear, the brake rod rather. it's a very strange sort of mechanism. If you want to brake, you turn the pedal, which is separate from that. You turn the pedal backwards, and that'll push this forward, which then goes up to the brakes. Instead of pulling that way, it goes that way on. So this goes into there, I believe. Up there, I can just get that in there briefly, and then put a washer on there and a split pin, and at this end that will go into there, and that's the adjuster. So I'm hoping that there is enough adjustment in that at the moment to work the brakes, but obviously we'll have to do that a little bit later. So I'll just get this one on. I just need to put a washer and a pin in there, and this one just goes through there and with a nut on the other side. Well, it's actually starting to warm up now. It's getting a bit warm. It's supposed to be cloudy today, but it doesn't look like it to me. It's a bit sticky and humid. But so Jenny's gone to her usual under the bush cold area. So I do hope you enjoyed the video today. We're just getting there. It's nice to be clearing some of the boxes out now of things that of the new stuff. So it looks nice with the exhaust pipe on. Once again, thank you to all the subscribers for getting me up to the 2,000 mark. That was my goal, so anything else now is a bonus. So until the next time, you take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.